So, science is the study of the application of objective facts. Hypothetical shit, that's not science. It's just hypothetical. And the fact that you're not working with objective facts, that's not science. And if it's promoted as science, that's bigotry. And if you have a presumption or assumption on one side of the axiom, that means that you don't have an objective fact on the other side of the axiom. So you're not working with science, and that's not science. What's mind-boggling about this is that by changing the way that you perceive the definition of science as a demography, they can now sit on their ass and do absolutely nothing except spit bullshit all day, hypothetical shit, and they call it science. And you pay them with your taxes to do it. And now we have an oligarchy of bigots that sit around promoting bigotry as though that's the new definition of science. And the nation eats it up, and they pay them with their taxes, and that oligarchy has taken over your academia, and they've taken over your government, and they've taken over your media. And what they need is for you to think that science isn't working with objective facts. Science is when you take subjective nonsense and you just spew it. And through that, now you have failures who failed at everything in school, that because they're rich or because they're cool or because they are easy to mop up like a dog, end up running your entire academia. You don't have an academia. They cut grass with non-renewable resources. So you got the whole nation all worked up about Stephen Hawking's death. Stephen Hawking was an idiot. He was like a shitty version of a sci-fi author that had no literary skills whatsoever. Nothing good ever came out of his mouth. Nothing smart ever crossed his lips. I don't even know if something smart crossed his mind because he never expressed anything intelligent. So now in the modern age of internet trolls, you're stuck using internet resources the predominant portion of the time looking for the definition of bigot. You're trying to define bigot with what internet trolls put on the internet about bigotry, because bigotry is how you define an internet troll's behavior. I don't even care if I'm swearing, because that doesn't change what I'm saying in any way, shape, or form. Because the whole point of the definition of bigot is that it's a person in their behavior is inconsistent or inconsistent regarding their reasoning within the context of the scenario. Ting, 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 ting. So we got bigots running rampant that refuse to use it properly, which is irrelevant because you don't have to know the definition of bigot. If you're a bigot, you're a bigot. We'll get into this in a video about discipline. You know what? We might as well make it this video. You know if you're being arrogant, and if you are, you deserve to be disciplined. You know if you're being impudent, and if you are, you deserve to be disciplined. You know if you're being insolent, and if you are, you deserve to be disciplined. And you know if you're being bigoted, and if you are, you deserve to be disciplined. And you go, well, I don't know the definition of discipline. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter if you know the label on the behavior. You can recognize the behavior, and you know when it's justified, and you know when it's not. So what we got now is a bunch of fucking perverts and pedophiles and idiots and whoremongers collecting your taxes. That's your democracy. And that is the biggest conspiracy in America, because it accounts for every single political flaw you have in your democracy.